Hi everyone, I'm really excited because over the next few weeks we're going to be learning Psalm 100 together. We're going to learn a whole psalm, and it's a psalm that in the Bible it says it's a psalm for giving thanks, which is one of the reasons why we've chosen it. When you're feeling sad and when you're feeling happy, it's always really good to give thanks to God, and really helpful thing to do. So I hope that this psalm will be something that you can remember for your whole lives. Today we're going to learn verse 1 and Dewi's going to read it for us.
Shout for joy to the Lord, the whole earth.
Great, thanks Dewi. So you can see the verse up here now. Shout for joy to the Lord, the whole earth. It's going to be an easy one to learn this week. But it's funny, isn't it? Shouting isn't something that always makes me very happy to think about. Sometimes when I think about shouting, I think about people getting cross, teachers, brothers and sisters, mums and dads. Sometimes they have to shout because maybe I've done something wrong, or maybe they shout because they've lost their temper. Maybe you've lost your temper with a brother or sister and you've shouted. But in this verse it talks about shouting for joy, and I started to think about that, and I thought, oh yeah, actually there are times when we shout because we're so happy, when we shout for joy. Have a look at these pictures. So I wonder whether you've worked out yet why I showed you those three pictures. The first one was the Liberty Stadium, where the Ospreys and the Swans play, and sometimes I've driven past there and I've heard the shout for joy. When a goal has been scored or a try has been scored, lots of people all together shout for joy. The second one was of a child opening a Christmas present. Now I chose that one because I remember as a child on my birthday or at Christmas shouting up and down, yippee, yippee, hooray, hooray, I've got the present that I wanted. It made me shout for joy. The third one was of some girls getting good results in a test. Now that could be any kind of test, couldn't it? Maybe a gymnastics test, or maybe a competition that you've entered. Maybe a piano exam, a driving test, or tests in school. Whenever we do well at something, on the day that we hear that we've passed, it makes us shout for joy, it makes us excited and happy. This verse is a little bit different from all of those things though. One, because the psalmist, that's the person who wrote the psalm, tells us to shout for joy to the Lord. He tells us who to shout for joy to. Not just hip hip hooray into the air, not at a rugby team, not at one of our friends who's given us a lovely present. To the Lord, to God. The psalmist wants us to shout for joy to God. And he doesn't just want one person to do it, or even just the people in Mount Elim Church to do it. The psalmist wants the whole earth to shout for joy. Now that's amazing, isn't it? That God could make the whole earth shout for joy. Not even everyone in our house shouts for joy when the Ospreys score a try. But this verse tells us about something that the whole earth should be shouting for joy about. Now you're not going to hear what it is this week, but I hope that you can spend some time learning that verse together. Have a competition with your brother or your sister about who can learn it quickest. Shout for joy to the Lord, the whole earth. And we'll look forward to learning the next bit together next week.
Shout for joy to the Lord, the whole earth.